What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we continue our little tutorial on the Long Dark Interloper mode. Now, they did patch today, and they added a bunch of new mechanics, so I'm a little bit out of my wheelhouse right now. There may be some new things that we have to learn to deal with, but for the moment, we seem to be doing all right. We're not in a perfect situation, but we got enough water to last us another day or so. This is where our Interloper run is going to get a little bit interesting, because on the back end of Pleasant Valley, things get a little dangerous. Things get a little bit dangerous, and we're just going to have to learn to deal with that appropriately. Now, you got two courses of action if you're at this point in the game. You can either hold up here until the temperature gets a little bit better, or you can just kind of stake your claim and head out nice and early and hope that you make it. What we're going to be attempting to do today is moving to the next map. Now, there are a number of incredibly angry canines in between us and that location. Lupines, I guess. Not even canines. Lupines. But, oh, I can force the trunk. Ooh, I got a pry bar? Since when do I have a pry bar? Oh, my good sweet lord. See, this is what happens when I record like a week after the last episode. I forget what I have on me. All right, well, we got a pry bar. I'm going to know. Let's break into this car. There ain't nothing in here, though, is there? Yeah. Sometimes you can grab a scarf or something like that off the back seat over there, but for right now, not really that great of an option. Let me go ahead and we're going to warm up for a second because we got a long walk in front of us. Don't worry too much about your energy usage over this next little bit. What kind of light sources do I have here? I need to figure out what lights I have available. I got a flare, and that's it. So we're going to have to get through the cave real quick. There's going to be a cave on the opposite side of this. Go ahead and just pass time for like, yeah, there you go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And let's be on our way. Hopefully we don't get caught by a blizzard right now. As you play Interloper, the weather is going to get considerably worse the further on in you are. The place that we're going is right on down the road on this side. And I'm going to try and do it about as fast as humanly possible. Now, if there's a wolf up here on the road, we are in for a world of hurt. We got problems if there's a wolf on the road up here. But as I talked about in the previous episode, you may be asking, Splat, why are you leaving your hunger meter empty? There's not enough food. That's pretty much the rule of the Interloper mode, is that there's not enough food around. And so you kind of want to always during the day keep your hunger meter completely and totally empty. And then right before you sleep, you're going to eat about 600, 700 calories worth. You're going to go to sleep. You're going to heal all the damage you took from having your status low for the entire day, plus an extra 5 or 6% on the top. And you should be all right. That's kind of Interloper 101, and you're going to have to do that. You don't really have a choice. There is not a lot of food around. Once you're able to hunt, and once you've got a bow and a knife and that kind of stuff, things get a little bit easier. Actually, Interloper more or less loses all of its difficulty at that point, but that's a long ways off, so don't panic about it just yet. We still got lots and lots of things to do out here, so let's continue on down the road, and what you want to watch out for is there's going to be a cave on the right-hand side. That's going to be the signal right there. You see that cave and that knocked-over log? That's the signal that this is where you should turn. And so that's what we're going to do. We probably want to grab... Oh, there's a bunny over here. I don't know if I want to spend the time trying to hunt him. Now, you can go up inside that cave over there, but I can't guarantee you're going to find anything good. Sometimes there'd be like a can of tomato soup or something like that over here. However, we do have raishis on this side. And so we'll grab these very rapidly. We can distill these into a nice tea. That'll give us about 100 calories if we got ourselves a campfire. Not a terrible idea. It'll also give you like a warmth buff. These also have, I think, antibiotic qualities. I can't remember if it's that or the rose hips. One of these is a painkiller. So rose hips are a painkiller, I think, and I think the raishis are an antibiotic, but I might have it backwards. It's been a while. It's been a little bit. But either way, they have medicinal uses, so keep that in mind as well. What we will want to grab in here is actually a couple of things of coal. Oh, those are rocks. Never mind. No, they're not. Those are coals. There we go. We need coals. I know you want to lay down, buddy. We're going to try and get through this about as fast as we can here. Coal is kind of in short supply on this side of the map. If you can grab a couple of them, it'll make your life a little bit easier. You sort of want to like... Oh, good. We got the sound of wolves off in the distance. If you're wondering what the old man's beard is for, it's so you can make antiseptic wraps. If you end up with like a wound or like a cut or anything like that, you can get bandages and then you put the old man's beard on him. Sound like he's on our right. We'll kind of want to keep an eye on where he might be. Let's keep moving. Hopefully we don't get caught with our pants down. If we do, this is going to be tiny bit miserable. I always get nervous at this part right here. It's amazing to me that, like, how long I've had this game and how much I've played it. I still get nervous in certain areas because I know that, like, basically we're a sitting duck and we've got some big problems. You see that slope right there? That's where we're headed. That slope right there is what you want to watch out for. It can be tough to navigate in this game if you've never done it before. If you've never seen the map before, I'd actually highly recommend not playing on Interloper until you're at least familiarized with the maps. If you're familiarized with the maps, by all means, go for it. You want to be efficient about your travel, though, when you're playing on Interloper. Our energy seems to be holding out. This is kind of the downside to playing from Pleasant Valley. So I like the Pleasant Valley start. It's the one that's kind of make it or break it. Like the Pleasant Valley start, you've got a really, really good chance of getting some awesome loot right at the beginning that'll make your entire survival situation much easier. We didn't really get that. We got a little bit, but we didn't get a lot of it. And so we kind of missed out on the benefits of a Pleasant Valley start while at the same time suffering kind of the negatives of a Pleasant Valley start. But we'll muscle it through. I've started off with worse. I've started off and survived with worse, so hopefully we'll be all right. Little trail marker right there. If you're interested in collecting all the lore for the game, you can click on those, and it'll add little storyline snippets. They're from the Kickstarter backers or whatever those, so be aware. Some of them might be a little bit immersion breaking, and I think like half of them don't have anything written on them because the Kickstarter backer like never put down what they wanted to have on their little headstone or whatever. But those things are all over the place. They're everywhere. I have my strongest doubts that anybody's found all of them because some of them are in some really weird spots. Like, some of them are in absolutely strange locations that you could never predict. All right, well, here's our junction. If you need to charge your phone, we got you covered right there. Just saying, if you didn't bring your solar charger with you, we got you covered. All right, we're warming up. This cowboy's not trading his spurs for wings today. No, sir. Let's grab that coal up out of that crate. And we kind of got to get through here rapidly. We don't really have much of an option. Actually, it's not that dark in here. I wonder if they raised the luminescence of the caves. These used to be like pitch black. They patched today, though, and I don't know what they changed, but these used to be so dark that you needed a light source. As of right now, it looks like maybe they changed it so you don't need that anymore. Surprising. Welcome, though. I would love to save my flares for later. In fact, I know they changed the lightness of it because this part right here used to absolutely need a torch or something else in order to get through. We got ourselves a candy bar right there. Step on over to this side. I don't see anything else laying around. But this cave is actually pretty good for loot. And so I'm glad, like, normally you don't have time to loot this place because you've got a limited light source or whatever at the beginning of the game. Now that they've raised the amount of ambient light that's in here, that actually makes things a lot simpler. Let's go ahead and we'll make sure you check each of these little grates right here. Normally there's like a dead body. Sometimes there's like a can of food or like a tool sitting there, like a hacksaw or something like that. Did I get a hacksaw, by the way? I am curious. I only have a pry bar. Okay. That's workable. That's fine. I'm not that upset about it. I definitely don't want to use my flare. Got some beef jerky right there, but it's moldy. Some scrap metal. Gonna need that for later once we start forging and blacksmithing. So we'll throw that up in the backpack. Survive the outdoors. Probably just use that for burning. Probably won't even use that for anything related to literary means. But you know what? Maybe. I don't really read books in this game. You kind of skill up naturally without them. Hey, some work gloves right there. Those might be helpful. What else we got in here? What you got for me, game? Nothing? That's okay. I'll just take the work gloves. Thank you very much. I have gloves on right now, but they're leather driving gloves. These are much better, so we'll throw those on real fast. We got 97% versus 95%. We're doing all right now. Our clothing is not the best, but we do have a double underlayer, and we do have, I mean, on both sides, both the bottoms and the tops, we got a double underlayer, so we'll be all right. All you really want is you want to be able to regenerate warmth inside. If you don't have the bare minimum clothing required in order to get your warmth back when you're inside, that's when things get really interesting. Pick up all this coal, by the way, while you're on your way in. The coal is incredibly useful later on, and you don't want to find yourself scrapping around for coal at an inopportune time, because believe me, it can happen. Hey, a storm lantern right there. Okay. That's the second thing that we've added to our old bat belt. Let's see, our utility belt, that is. We've got this little storage cage up here. We'll go ahead and loot this up real fast. See what we can bring home with us. What you got for me? Nothing? Anything on the shelves? We got an emergency stim. Not a super useful item. So the emergency stim, basically what it does is it gives you a fat shot of adrenaline that raises your energy back up to max for like X amount of time. But when that X amount of time runs out, you basically like pass out instantly. So it's kind of one of those items that I think I've only ever used in good faith like one time. And by used in good faith, I mean I've only ever used it properly like one time. Like, other than that, they mostly just sit in storage for me. I think I've had an emergency stim on me one time when I really, really needed it, and it was like the perfect situational time for an emergency stim. Yeah, you know. I'm sure there's other people out there that have figured some kind of way to exploit the emergency stim or use it in like a more useful way, but frankly, I'm a very literal individual, so I don't think outside the box so good. Sewing kit right there. Always need more of those. Metal container, drew up goose eggs right here. Nothing on that side, and there's probably going to be nothing inside the porta potty. We got anything on this rack over here? Nothing on the rack. Okay. Well, let's check the weather real fast. We'll check the weather and see what it's like, but this area right here is also kind of dangerous. Kind of dangerous. There's going to be a lot of wolves around. You gotta be careful about this nonsense. We are actually in the coastal highway right now, which is where we want to be. The highways and byways. Not your way, it's my way. I don't think I came out exactly where I'm used to coming out. I usually come this way from Mystery Lake. But we should be nearby one of the better looting areas. And we're going to kind of just like tool around this area, see what we can do. I think food's going to be kind of in short supply. I'm a big fan of heading to Mystery Lake about as soon as possible. I'm a Mystery Lake guy. I think Mystery Lake is, once you're set up, I think Mystery Lake is probably my favorite map for surviving. Some people like Desolation Point. I'm against Desolation Point. Desolation Point does give you a lot of options, but Desolation Point is also kind of a death trap. And so, like, well, it's not even like a death trap. It's that Desolation Point, it gives you a lot of cabin fever risk. There's a pretty good chance. So there's a new mechanic added to the game a couple patches ago called cabin fever. What that does, if you spend too much time indoors, you end up getting cabin fever, which means you can't fall asleep inside. It just gives you insomnia or whatever. I'm going to grab some of these sticks real fast. We're going to have to purify some water pretty damn soon. These huts over here should give us a momentary respite from the cold. It's pretty early on in the day. Honestly, we're making really good time right now, so I'm not that worried about how we go about our business here. Do watch out over here by these huts, though. Sometimes there's a grumpy-ass old bear that likes to hang out on this side, and it'll creep up on you. He'll get you if you're not careful, so watch out. He can also attack you while you're in crafting menus and campfire menus and all that fun stuff, so he's a definite tangible risk. Watch out for him. I'm going to see if I can ace this rabbit and get us some dinner over here. There we go. Hey, I'm bugged out. Oh, no. No, I bugged out. Sorry, I got stuck in crouch mode. That wasn't my fault. I bugged out and got stuck in crouch mode. It's a thing that happens every now and again. You can tell because he's doing the run animation while he's in crouch mode. There we go. Looks like dinner to me. Look like dinner to you? Looks like dinner to me. Some crow's feathers over here. Going to want to save those for later so that we can make arrows and other things we can throw at the enemy. And where'd that other rabbit run off to? I'm trying to be well fed tonight. I'm a big fan of being well fed. I'm kind of sacrificing my status a little bit right now in order to get this done. Oh, they added like a new alert animation for the bunny. The bunny, the bunny. Whoa, I love the bunny. Oh, that one was ahead of him. That one was a, see right there, like you can kind of bug out your sprint if you try to sprint up on him. Let me grab my rock back real fast. There we go. I can hear him, but I can't tell if he's coming back this way. There he is. All right, Bunny. Oh, he's going the opposite direction. Bunny, you're making this easy on me, you know that? You're making this very, very difficult, Bunny. I'm losing a lot of HP right now just trying to hunt your ass down. I prefer not to throw at him while we're on a slope. I also prefer not to throw at him while he's facing the other direction walking. There's a real good chance I'm going to underthrow if we do that. There we go. Dinner time. Good stuff. Okay. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to head inside one of these huts over here. There's not going to be a campfire or anything that we can cook next to. But we should be able to get a little bit of a break. Hopefully the bear doesn't show up because this rabbit's basically going to be like our only survival chance. So we kind of need to... Ooh, that's a fat bunny right there. That's a big old beefy bunny. Let's go ahead and harvest them on up. We ain't got nothing else going on anyway, so it's no biggie. We're out of water, though. So let's go ahead and drink up real fast. That's going to be the last of our water, too. That's a normal bunny right there. Let's go ahead and get him. Hopefully the storm subsides. I don't know if we have a fire source right now. Do we have a fire source at the moment? I think we had a box of matches, didn't we? I believe we did. Oh, we got a couple boxes of matches. Damn, we've been lucky in this playthrough. We've been lucky as hell in this playthrough. Okay. Well, let's get her done then. I'm going to grab some of these books because they will be helpful for burning. And then...
Too heavy.
Nah, you're good, man. Don't worry about it. You're all right. You're all right. It's not too heavy. You can be okay. You're going to be fine. Just fine. Break into that shit right there. All right, good. We got a little bit of energy left. We want to see which way the blizzard's coming from out here. So we got a pretty nasty style storm happening up on this front. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to set up right here. You want to get the little shield icon. That basically means that you're sheltered from the storm. Well, that is to say... There we go. That'll do her. And let's go ahead and start this fire on up. There is a trick that you can use. I've already talked about it, I think, where you make a torch, and you can light the torch with your match, and then you can take the torch and you can infinitely try to light fires with it. I would recommend doing that, but we don't have any cloth on us right now, and we don't have any oil, I don't think, either. And so making a torch is going to be a little bit difficult. Let's get this fire going. Oh, really? That's different. Go ahead and add a little bit of fuel to this thing. I'm going to burn up some books. Burn up some sticks. Oh, it's too windy to sustain this fire. Well, thanks for telling me, game. The wind direction shifted on us. Damn. That's really bad luck. I don't really know what to say about that one. I've never seen the wind shift so quickly. All right, well, we'll try again over here. I did use a lot of my fire-making supplies right there, though, just getting this going. So this is going to kind of... This is going to be a little cramped. It's going to be a little tiny bit cramped getting this done. But we're going to get it done. Trust me, we're going to be okay. At the bare minimum, we're going to get some water and some food done, and it's going to be all right.
Well, that didn't work.
Yep. I've often wondered how terrible you have to be to not be able to light a fire with matches, but hey, maybe that's coming from my neck of the woods where you know how to light a fire. I'm not really sure. Hopefully this one isn't out in the wind either. That would be a big problem. I believe this one's looking sheltered. Alright. Let's go ahead and we need to get on into that food menu right there. They changed it around on me? They did. They changed it around on me.
I'm so cold and warm up again.
So they've added this menu right here. This is completely and totally new. We want to cook some rabbit over here if we can. It's going to take 38 minutes. And then water over here. Yep, let's go ahead and do that. Water is going to be of paramount importance. If we don't get that done, we're going to struggle a little bit. And so 35 minutes till that's all finished off. Actually, it's too cold out here for us. We're going to have to wait a minute. Unfortunately, the downside to that is that I can't fast forward. I want to, but I can't. I want to fast forward, but unfortunately we caught a blizzard at a really bad time. I'll probably sit on the rest of the meat. Like, actually, I might cook the other 1 kilogram. I don't know. But we got to get the water done. We don't have a choice there. Like, that has to get finished off. This water supply is looking awful meager. It's looking very, very meager. I mean, honestly, if I wanted to live it close to the edge, what we could do is Let's go ahead and I'm going to pass time for an hour or so. Let's go ahead and check on this real fast. There's our rabbit. We got about 24 minutes till that's melted off. I'm actually going to add a coal to this. That'll increase the heat output so that we can be out here for a little while longer. Assuming, of course, that the wind don't change directions on us. Did the snowbank actually grow over here? Crazy. These new mechanics.
I need to find a place to rest.
Alright, let's go ahead and boil that up right there. A little bit more water for the future. We're going to boil off another 2 kilos right there. I'm sorry, another 2 liters. And then on this side, we're going to do something very, very similar. Actually, let's cook up the meat first. The meat's going to be our... Well, that's only... There we go. That one's a better piece right there. 5 minutes till that's cooked. And then we'll cook this little guy too. Perfect. And then in this slot, we're going to throw down another cooking pot. And we are going to make some... Actually, yeah, make some herbal tea. That's a really good plan. And then we'll boil water right here too. They changed the menus on me. Come on. Is the bear over here? Oh, hell. Yeah, pick that up. We got bear problems. Look for the bare necessities, those simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. Yep, we got some bears. Always fun to deal with. Dude, this thing is almost full. This is almost a full lantern right here. What a pleasurable life we seem to lead. Hopefully the bear's gone in the morning. If the bear ain't gone in the morning, we got some issues to think about. I'm going to go ahead and drink that herbal tea right there. It's going to help out a little bit. And then we're going to have ourselves... I should have ate first and then done the tea afterwards because we're not getting the benefits right now. We're going to go ahead and eat that up. And honestly, anytime you can feed yourself off a rabbit, you should. Learn to hit rabbits with a rock. It's very, very important to your long-term survival. I would say about 80% of what I eat in this game is rabbit. We've got improved rest right now. Well, then let's get right to... Actually, let me drink some water first so I don't dehydrate once I go to sleep. We'll go ahead and drink that on up. Looking good. And let's get some rest. We're going to need that health. The Sleepy Time tea, in case you didn't know, the herbal tea makes you regenerate way more health while you're sleeping. And so you absolutely want to... Every time your HP gets below like 30, 40%, Sleepy Time tea. Sleepy Time tea is the solution to that issue. Now, we've got ourselves in a little bit of a quandary right now. If the bear is still outside, he'll kill us while we're on the load screen to try and get out of there. However, if he's gone, then we can just kind of go about our merry business and do what it is we're going to do. We are fully rested right now. We're looking fully fed. We got our HP bar all nice and recovered. It's looking like we're in a pretty solid position, in my opinion. Let's go have a look. Let's see how bad it is. Is he out here?
Right about now.
Hey, he's nope, there he is right there. We got a big old view of bear butt right now. You can't put bear butts on YouTube. I just did, everybody. Splattercat, he's changing the game, putting bear butts on the YouTubes. Hey, there's some sports socks right there. I'll take them. I'll take those. I will claim those for myself. Thank you very much, game. And what do we have going on over here? Hey, we're actually getting pretty lucky on the food front. I'm sort of wondering if they changed something with Interloper because we're getting a lot of loot right now. We're getting like a lot of loot by comparison to my normal Interloper just misery fest. Okay. I'm grabbing some extra lumber right now because you don't know when you're going to have to make yourself a fire. And chances are we're going to have to do it pretty shortly. How much gut and how much hide do I have on me? I got
Dying from starvation.
2 bunny furs and a couple of guts. Okay. Not perfect. But hey, let's head on back down the mountain. Bear, you got anything to say about me viewing your bare ass? No? Alright, good. I figured he probably didn't have a whole lot to say about it. Bears, they're kind of non-committal. They're sort of nonchalant. I would grab sticks around as you see them, too. Sticks are kind of like a renewable fire-making source in Interloper. And so if you find sticks around, they can help. Oof. Glad I didn't break a leg or anything right there. That would have been a situation. As of right now, I don't know if I should go right or left. But I'm thinking left. We got wolves everywhere. We've got, like, tons of wolves. So we're going to kind of want to, like, be away from here. If we can. I do not relish the thought of being trapped inside of a car by wolves. There's a flare in there, though. Damn. This game knows how to make me stop. Alright, well, while we're here. Come on. Come on. Get up in there. Let's go. Okay. So, we've gone through that right there. Let's go ahead and we're going to swing on over to my favorite spot on the entire map. It's a little abandoned garage on this side that I personally think is just fantastic for Stalker mode surviving. Interloper, not so much. Stalker, very, very cool, but it's going to be our base of operations while we loot this entire zone before we decide when we want to head on over to Mystery Lake. Basically, this is going to give us a really good selection of loot that we can pick and choose between before we head to Mystery Lake, and we can only take the best stuff with us because of the carrying weight requirements. And so I probably will leave some stuff here. Is that a wolf on the road right there? That's a wolf on the road right there. You can't have a wolf on the road. How you gonna put a wolf on the road right now? You disgust me, wolf on the road. You are the worst. That's the problem with this spot. There's a lot of wolves around. This spot is incredibly dangerous. In fact, I'd probably recommend if you're a new player, just avoid this area. But
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
since you're playing on Interloper, I'm going to assume that you have a basic grasp of, like, wolf defense and staying away from these little furry bastards. Alright, so we're going to go for this house first since the wolf is kind of in a blocking position right there. A few more sticks. What you got for me? Alright, we're going to go straight over the banister right here. And in we go. And that's going to be our episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me for another episode of our How to Interloper tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it so far. We are in a reasonably safe position right now. We've done the hard part, I guess is what I mean to say. We've done the hard part. Now we've just got to avoid making mistakes because mistakes are what get you killed in Interloper. Taking risks, it's sometimes you have to, but you got to learn to discern between the risks you have to take and the risks, you know, that are really kind of you can wait them out and you can do them later. I think that's a very, very big skill when it comes to playing Interloper mode. So I'll see y'all later. Thank you for stopping on by. I'll see you next time. Hi, do everybody, and take care out there.